All right, welcome back to another episode of Shards and Shenanigans.
Shards.
In our first episode, kind of a preview episode, but first episode of season 2 of Shards and Shenanigans, where we will be reading and covering Brandon Sanderson's The Well of Ascension, Book 2 in the Mistborn original trilogy. And so we're going to just kind of go over. Oh, I guess we should start off again. If you haven't met us and you're jumping in with us here on this season, I'm Kyle. I'm the co-host, and I've got a great friend over here, great brother-in-law.
Oh, hey, friendo, Christopher here, brother-in-law to Kyle. Thanks for joining us for season 2 of Shards and Shenanigans. If you're interested in catching season 1, you can find it at all of our handles, which we definitely know now. But, YouTube, if you choose
Basically,
to listen to Spotify.
Just shardsandshenanigans.com will get you there.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, just go to the,
to the
Nexus. Go to the source.
It's got links to everything.
It's got links. We got links.
But so we just wanted to drop a little, I think, preview for the book and kind of discuss where we left off with season 1 and what we can expect for season 2. So I'd love to open, if you don't mind, Christopher. So I've got The Well of Ascension here, a paperback version in front of me. And
me too.
If you're going to be reading along, I'm just going to read the back cover, which kind of talks about the book.
My back cover just has a picture.
Yeah. Your nice leather bound.
Yeah. Shit.
So I'll just read this off, and then I think we could just kind of talk about it. So
I love it.
Evil has been defeated. The war has just begun. They did the impossible, ending the 1,000-year reign of the godlike Lord Ruler. Now, Vin, the former street urchin turned powerful Mistborn, and Ellen Venture, the idealistic young nobleman who loves her, must build a healthy new society in the ashes of an empire. As tensions grow in the wake of the uprising, an ancient legend seems to offer a glimmer of hope. But even if it really exists, no one knows where to find the Well of Ascension or what manner of power it bestows. It may just be that killing the Lord Ruler was the easy part. Surviving the aftermath of his fall is going to be the real challenge. So that's what we're going to be diving into this season.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, no, love it. Can't wait to dive into this some more, and really looking forward to seeing what's going on with Vin and everybody else that's left from the crew. I think we got a lot of questions from the last season, and I'm looking forward to getting some answers. You know what I mean? Any like major burning questions in your mind there?
Well, I think obviously we left off with the Lord Ruler as he's fading out of existence at the end of the first book. He alludes to I'm keeping all of this together. Like you don't know what I do for mankind, for humankind, and so I think we're probably going to see some of that here. And then, I don't know if I have major questions. I think I've got a good grasp of what happened and the characters and kind of where we left off. But I think especially reading the preview from the back of the book, I think just some ideas I immediately have had just from reading that of who's going to backstab them, right? Like Ellen and Vin and the crew are going to be building this new empire from the ashes of what fell before, and trying to kind of create this just system. And I can kind of see it from both sides, right? Like people that are of the ska are gonna not love that people that are noblemen and people that have the haves still have some power, and I could see them wanting to either eliminate them completely or take them out, or just kind of take power for themselves. And then kind of vice versa too, right? Like the noblemen, they're not just going to want to relinquish or be like, hey, yeah, we're just equals now with these ska, the people that we used as servants or as prostitutes or whatever it might be. They're not going to want to, I think, relinquish that so easily. So I think they've got a big challenge ahead of them, and I think we're gonna hopefully see. Well, hopefully, I mean, I don't want to see this, but we're certainly gonna see some challenges, and I'm very curious as to who's gonna kind of be playing along and towing the line, but then when are they going to deviate, and where's the backstabbing Julius Caesar come in? Like,
right.
Who is it? Ellen's father? Like last we heard, he was running off with to the canal to hop on a canoe or whatever.
Yeah, so people can pull it.
Yeah. So he's not. He's going to want to take the power for himself.
Yeah. No, sure, I don't trust him. I don't trust him either. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
So, and then who amongst the Scott is going to feel like no, we've been on the bottom for so long, we should be on top, we should be in charge, we should get payback. I think it's a classic, kind of a classic thing you see and here on Earth with society of how do we get to a point of stasis when one group's been wronged for so long, and making things even theoretically is the right move, but it leaves a lot of people with some really harsh feelings, one on one side or the other. So, that's a kind of the main thing I'm thinking about. And then the Well of Ascension, right? We had the Reshek and who we thought was originally the Lord Ruler, right? They were going off into the the mountains.
Yeah, in the terrace mountains. Yep, absolutely.
And what were they looking for there?
They were looking for the cave, which we may or may not believe that the Well of Ascension is or is not at. We didn't really get a resolution there, but Reshek was the Pac-Man, and originally we believed it was another guy, and I can't remember, but I know Reshek. Reshek for sure was the Pac-Man, that he was this guy hates me, and he was very wary of him, the author of the logbook. And then you find that it was Reshek killed him and took his place, and ascended at the Well of Ascension is what we I think understand. So that's all we really know, though. We don't really know a ton more.
And we're seeing just based on the preview from the back of the book, from the back cover, no one knows where to find the Well of Ascension or what power it bestows, but it sounds like that's where we're going, and that this ancient legend seems to offer a glimmer of hope. So it's very it's very, in a very good way, reminiscent of the first book of the Wheel of Time series, right? Eye of the Worlds. Hey, we're going off to find this magical place that's going to solve all of our problems.
Right.
And so if this is that first book we just read, Mistborn, certainly was hey, we've got this problem here and we're kind of staying. And so if the second book is more of a journey, which is I think a lot of classical fantasy novels kind of start out that way, right? Whether it is Wheel of Time or something from Tolkien, the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit, right?
Lion, the Witch, the Wardrobe, a journey.
Yes, totally. Right? Absolutely. A young protagonist hitting the road. Wizard of Oz. We're going on an adventure. Yes, right?
Road.
Yep.
Yeah, totally.
Tap those ruby
slippers.
So,
Dorothy.
So I kind of think if that's where this is going, we're going to see a journey, and we're going to meet a lot of new characters and a lot of new people, and maybe some new races. I don't know. I think that would be really fun.
Interesting. New races.
And that's kind of where I'm at. I don't want to delve into it too much in this preview, because I'm just kind of eager to get going and get reading and kind of see where we're going. So, I think that's kind of where we're at. Anything that you've got on your mind, obviously, that you might not share or can't share as far as a spoiler, but
I've got one thing. I got one thing immediately. I know I'm ready for this.
Okay,
because I feel guilty. For the last book was getting you keyed on, and this is all just my own noviceness of being a guide and everything, but getting you keyed on the mentions of Kolas, and then there not being any actual Kolas in book one. And we will learn more about the Kolas in this book, and I'm so excited about that I associated it with the first book in like overall after reading all these books, smushing some things together in my mind and not keeping them cleaner, cleanly delineated. But yeah, I am so excited for the Kolas. Like they're one of my favorite words. I'll just leave it at words because then I'm not describing it in any greater detail. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what that word means and to learn more about it. I dig it. It's right up my alley. I'm really here for it. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about some other like kind of just remaining like questions that we have about. I mean, I just think like always what permeates really actually I'm happy to say throughout all of Mistborn, any era, is the concepts of like the mist and like what really like is the mist and kind of thinking about that. So I'm excited to like kind of dig more into this book with that lens and just with like another just appreciation for the way that we read in the podcast and that we've been reading structure wise. Like I'm really hoping to uncover some more like hints that I might have missed before. So yeah, really looking forward to that. Looking forward to you experiencing it all, and looking forward to keep going because there's a lot to read, and everybody's going to be here for shards and shenanigans, and so we're only in the Misty phase of that. So there's a lot to go. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Sick. Well, thanks everybody. We will, basically be starting off. I don't know how many, what all we'll be covering in our first full episode coming up, but as Christopher and I read, we'll discuss kind of what all fits together and what'll go good together in that first episode. And so, but if once we post that episode's coming out, we'll make sure to give you a heads up of what to read before you listen, like the week before or so. And
primer.
A little primer. That way you're all caught up and read up before you delve into the podcast. So, and then for any new listeners, if for whatever reason you're jumping in, maybe you've already read the first book, and you're starting this one and you just found us. If you haven't listened to our podcast, if you haven't listened to our podcast intro, or a little trailer, so I'm Kyle. I'm the new reader here. I'm reading all of Brandon Sanderson for the first time, besides his three book contribution to Wheel of Time.
All of Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere. I'll be super clear.
Yeah,
there's just so much more. No Saitana.
Yeah, there's so much more.
No Librarians of Alcatraz.
Yes. So Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere is what we're delving into. We've read the first book of the original Mistborn trilogy and Mistborn: The Final Empire, and now we're going into the Will of Ascension. So I'm the new reader. I am. I don't know what's going on. And Christopher here, he is our seasoned veteran. He's read pretty much. He's up to date as of
Cosmere.
The end of November 2025 with everything in the Cosmere. So
and
anything that Sanderson's put out, anything he's put out, Sanderson, Christopher has read it, and so he's kind of guiding me and definitely knows what's going on, and kind of be probing me and asking me some questions. Hopefully not probing me too deep, but that was poor choice of words. So,
I love it.
But that's those are the shenanigans we're having.
Yeah,
so
shenanigans.
Glad to have you guys along. If you just found us, and if you're if you were with us in season 1, glad to have you back. And just looking forward to being back with everybody and be back with you, Christopher, reading and recording.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. Kyle, it's going to be great. And to those listeners that Kyle was just addressing very, very, very wonderfully, I hope you're enjoying it so far. And I think I would just urge you to keep on reading and finding out. because it's a lot of fun. So hopefully you like to do that with us. We'd love that, but regardless, I hope you're just reading and finding out. It's a great world, and it's given a lot to me, and so hopefully you all can enjoy it too. All right. Well,
nice. Well, thanks everybody, and shout out to our moms. And we will
thanks, moms.
Catch you on the first full episode of season 2 of Shards and Shenanigans coming out next week.
Shenanigans next week. Oh my God, it's next week.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.
All right, bye.